Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're so glad that you could be with us this week. We have a really amazing show. It's exciting. It's not something everybody wants to think about, but May is National Osteoporosis Awareness Month. It's really just about being strong bones, strong muscles. You need to think about it. And one of the things that I thought was interesting is that it doesn't, everybody thinks of it for women, but it's men as well. So, the healthier you are, the healthier your bones are, the healthier your muscles are, the healthier you are as an individual. And we have a new company in town that's called OsteoStrong. And they're here to talk about what they're doing with their clients here in town. I went by the studio yesterday to check it out. I always do my research, and it was very exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that. We need now what's happening around town. It's May, so the events are slowing down. I always say real estate is not just about homes and condos and buying and selling. The reason why we are here in Vero Beach is because of the lifestyle that we provide. And there are so many things that go on that I think make our community more exciting. One thing that's happening this weekend, Sunday from 12 to 5. So for you people listening at 4 o'clock, you've still got an hour to head out to Indian River Mall. The Halo Adoption Center is doing a kitten shower. Cindy, I know, the cat lady. It's Sunday, May 7th from 12 to 5. It's newly constructed. They've expanded their space there. So Halo has a space in the mall, right?
They do.
And you can bring donations. You can bring any cat food, wet or dry.
I was thinking, do you bring diapers? What do you bring?
Well, you can bring towels, soft doormats, anything, things that, kitties need, They even said you can bring baby wipes, unscented, no alcohol, and baby food. So they do feed the kittens out there. And I think you can actually go feed the kittens. I don't
want
know.
to do that.
Yeah. Well, this is like this is like the kitten shower. So I'm thinking they're going to have kittens galore, but it allows them to get more kittens.
Now, what day is this?
This is Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 7th.
Okay, the 7th
at Indian River Mall from 12 to 5 p.m.
12 to 5. And that's Jackie Patron.
That is exactly right.
I love them.
Yes, it's a fabulous group. Group. So anyway, it's the Halo Adoption Center at Indian River Mall. Go on out there. Hold some kittens. Now, you don't, were here with us when we had the puppy dog in the room? Because you can foster them. You don't have to adopt them.
No, I know that. I couldn't do that because my dog doesn't really get along with other dogs because he always gets beat up by the other dogs, so he doesn't really like it.
But you can foster a kitten, is what I'm saying.
And I got an 18-year-old. My Tigey's 18.
Okay.
So I'm full.
All right.
I'm full with what I got.
I do like cats, okay, people?
Love them.
I do like cats. I'm more of a dog girl. But I think if you pet them and you hold them,
then you want them.
You're taking them home. I mean, it's a grand idea. It's a great thing to do. So anyway, and we love Halo. We love having them on the show.
Love them.
They have a great program. We love what they're doing around town. They have the Comedy Corner at Riverside Theater this weekend. That's Friday and Saturday. Go by and see them. They're great. And of course, the Farmers Market. We love the Farmers Market. Oceanside on Saturday from 8 to 12. So, and even that will start to kind of fall off a little bit. It won't be as busy. It'll be easier to find parking. The weather's been gorgeous. Cindy.
Yes.
What about this cool morning?
I love it. I mean, last week we needed all that rain. People are coming in. I'm like, we need the rain. And we had fabulous weather for a month or so. We needed the rain. Now it's fabulous again.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you started, before the show started, you said you have something you want to tell us about in your neighborhood. What's going on?
So as usual, I'm doing my home fix-up projects, that kind of thing. So I did a trim thing around my front window. I have a tiny little bungalow house, and I'm trying to do something different or whatever.
We're not giving away her address. She lives in McCansh Park. So I talk about this because it's a very desirable in-town neighborhood. That's why we bring it up.
people would stop by and say, don't you want to sell every day? I'm like,
sure.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I come up with this idea that I'm going to double frame the window just for something different because I personally don't like shutters. They don't do anything for me. So I do that, and I paint the one thing. And I send it to my girlfriend. My best friend is in Texas, and she's an interior decorator, and she goes, it really looks good, but... You need to paint the front door, and it's a screen door, one of those old colonial kind of, the whole same color that you painted the frame of that window, which is like a mango color. And so of course, the first person I call is my daughter. My daughter's like, yeah, not so much. So I said, yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what she's thinking. Maybe she's just happy over there in Texas. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, unbeknownst to me, my neighbor down the street with the same tiny kind of bungalow that it was, they fixed it up or whatever, but it just was like, it wasn't perky or anything.
Yeah.
They painted their front door that color.
Your mango?
Not exactly my mango. And the house is like a peachy pink color, the whole house of it, the tiny little house with white trim. Yeah. That house with that door looks like a palace. And I sent a picture to my girlfriend, and I went, you were right. You were absolutely right. And I said to my daughter, Lara, I said, you know what? We were wrong, because you got to see this house in person. It is incredible. So,
did you do it?
No, not yet. I haven't.
But you're gonna.
I'm going to.
Okay. I'm excited. Well, you need to take a picture. We need to show it on the show.
I will.
We'll have it next week.
So listen to
Make sure it's a JPEG, because that I always get in trouble with that. I bring in the wrong photos.
No comment.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm the one that gets you in trouble.
I know. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. All right, guys. A little bit about real estate. It is a show from Dale Sorensen Real Estate, sponsored. We love Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We've been here since 1978. What a great company. It's a family-owned company. It's a local company, a boutique firm. The money stays in town. We don't have any, we're not a chain, we're not a franchise. We don't send money to other places and other cities and other states. It all stays right here, and they're very, very benevolent. So thank you, Dale Sorensen, for all you guys do for the community. The market dynamics for the month of April 2023, the sales of homes versus 2022 were down 22%. So inventory is up 16%. So we've got more houses to sell, but fewer houses are getting sold. Now, this is in the month of April. We will come up to May, June, and July. People don't think that's when they sell, but people put them under contract, and that's when they close. See, a sold sale is only when it's closed, not when it goes under contract. So why are sales down?
And how does that factor into the normalcy of what it was before this whole kerfuffle that we had, COVID?
Well, I can always go back to like a 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
These numbers reflect something closer to that. We are closer to a normal market.
Yeah, to me it seems that way.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we could look at the numbers, and I have all that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Cindy loves the stats. She loves those numbers. If I don't bring them in, she's always like digging for them. We'll have them next week. Okay. No, but I'll have to take you back to 2019, I think, to see something.
Well, because people get so nervous, and I don't want to take any more time, but they're like, oh my God, this is literally, and it's like really kind of the way it used to be. The same as people are like so nervous that they have to pay 6% for the mortgage interest. But I mean, to me, that's what the normal was like forever and ever and ever. And you really got lucky if you did 2 3/4 or 3%.
Absolutely.
That's a Christmas present, people.
That was. Enjoy it. Yeah. Well, what are they saying now? They're like, marry the loan, date the rate.
There you go.
So get yourself a mortgage.
And then figure it out.
Well, what they're doing is, a lot of banks know this, that people are hesitant to do it, but you can always refinance, and they're saying we'll do it with no costs involved. Right. So that actually gets you into the house that you want now, today, if today is when you want to be in that house, and then you can then refi later, and they're really either making it no cost or very low cost. So that's a good thing. That's what they say. Marry the loan, date the rate.
Perfect.
So, because you can always change that date down the road.
New date next.
Thank you. Next. Okay. Thank you, chefs. Speaking of thank yous.
Yeah.
Chef Scott Barricchio always brings us and donates a beverage for the show. This is a Chevalier de la Cree. It is a white Burgundy. And our guest in the show that we have here, she said she's a Sauvignon Blanc drinker. And I said, well, I've got something I would like you to try, because I'm not a Sauvignon Blanc drinker. Not that I wouldn't bring it in for my guest, but this is a white Burgundy. It's absolutely fabulous. You can get it over at Citrus Grow House by the glass or by the bottle, and it is absolutely wonderful. It is my favorite white wine, and I'm a Chardonnay girl.
Those French do it right.
I know they do. They do. 1050 Easter Lily Lane. That's where Citrus Grill House is. It's right there next to Humiston Park. Go there. They're open from Monday to Saturday. They've got lunch and dinner. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. And we love them over there. Great staff. Everybody's great. And go over there and tell them that you saw the Lori Davis show and you want them to treat you special. Something very special. Anyway, they're not going to give you anything. They're just going to maybe be nicer to you. Anyway, our guest today, Laura Koziarski. She is with us. She is the owner of OsteoStrong East here in Vero Beach. Since this is National Osteoporosis Awareness Month, let's get right here to welcoming Laura to the show. Cindy. There you go. Yay. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
OsteoStrong uses osteogenic loading to stimulate bones and muscle growth. Tell us about this process, what you're doing there at now, do you call it a studio? Do you call it what do you call it?
We call it a center.
A center. Okay. Tell us about that.
Okay. So osteogenic loading is putting pressure on bone end to end. Mm-hmm. So if you can compress a bone end to end, your brain will sense that and it will tell your bone to build new bone cells. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is stimulating bone growth. We're stimulating muscle growth. We're actually stimulating the myofibrils in the muscle so you get stronger. Mm-hmm. And we're helping with joint pain, balance, and posture.
It's amazing. So I went into the studio or to the center yesterday, and Laura put me through a workout. But it only takes how long to go through a session?
It's 10 to 15 minutes once a week.
Right. That's it. Right.
Right.
And that's enough to actually get. I mean, you're getting wonderful results.
Correct.
Tell us about how you're recording all that, and then I'll tell them about what you did to me yesterday. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean it in a totally great way.
Okay, so we have 4 machines that actually institute osteogenic loading on up to 97% of your skeletal system between the 4 machines. So you do 2 repetitions on each machine. We're putting you in a position that would imitate a high impact movement that would cause bone compression. Okay. So do that once a week. Then you let your bones go ahead and do their thing and grow, and you come back a week later.
Now, the cool thing was there was one that's upper. So you do an upper. The first thing you get. Well, wait, tell us about the jiggly machine. There's a vibrating machine. It's fabulous.
Goodness. I might have to edit this.
Okay. No.
No.
There really is a wiggly, jiggly, vibrating machine.
So we have a total body vibration machine, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners probably have seen one. Or
I knew about it when I got in there. Yes.
So what it does is you stand on it and it shakes, and what it's doing is causing all of your bones all of your muscles and tendons to vibrate.
Right.
So your brain, once again, we're tricking your brain. It senses that movement and it thinks you're off balance. So it starts a feedback loop between your brain and your muscles and tendons. Your brain is telling them to balance. So we're teaching balance. Yeah. And the 3 reasons why people fall as they age is they lose balance, they lose muscle strength, and they lose bone strength. So that's what we're working on at OsteoStrong. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's just a big square pad, guys, that's about 3 inches, 4 inches off the floor, and you stand up on it, and there's a bar you can hold on to, but it just really lightly vibrates. But I had heard about this many years ago from someone, and I never had stepped on one. You had one in your home, you said, by yourself before you even got into this, right?
Correct.
So it's a thing, but it's really kind of neat. But that's how you start out. Then there are 4 machines. Now they look like. What do we call those machines that people use?
They look kind of like a
reformer,
a Nautilus machine.
A Nautilus machine. A Nautilus. That's the word I'm looking for.
But that's where the similarity ends.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's nothing like that. Trust me, it's nothing like that. So the first one you start is upper, and then you do lower, then you do core, and then you do
postural, which is your
postural?
Spine.
That's what I thought that was called. Okay, so tell us about how you work through those. How do you can kind of describe how we sit down and push and do the thing.
Okay, so the first one is like you said, is for your upper body. So we're stimulating growth and from the shoulder all the way down the arm. Okay. So you put your hand on some handles and you push. You're in charge of how much pressure you are exerting. So you can't. It's not like we're asking you to lift a certain amount of weight and you're going to hurt yourself. Right. You're in charge of the movement. So you push into those handles, but they really don't move. It's a static movement. Yeah. So your arm is going to have to compress the bone and get shorter in order for it to able to push it.
Yeah.
So that's where the bone compression happens.
It's so strange because you feel like you're pushing it, but you're not. You're pushing your arm, and that bone is literally like compressing, like you said.
Correct.
So, and then there's a measurement and everything is recorded. So your progress is always recorded, which is nice. So every week you come in, you can see your progress as you go up. And then we did one where we sat down that was lowers. And you were saying, we were talking yesterday about how women are stronger in their lower areas.
Right.
Yeah. Because we killed that one, didn't we?
Yes. You killed all of them. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
I think we need the...
Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, no, I knew it was in the legs, but anyway, tell us.
Yeah, so your arms are getting straighter as you're pushing. Your legs are getting straighter, and you think you're pushing something away from you, but it's not moving. So the only way for your extremities to get straighter is for their bones to get shorter.
It is amazing.
And that's how it works. So you do 2 repetitions on each machine. You do it with a coach. We have to make sure you're in proper alignment. We're monitoring the pounds of force that you're generating. Mm-hmm. We're also, more importantly, monitoring the multiples of your body weight. So it's individualized to you.
Yes.
And if you go to any OsteoStrong in the world, once you're in our system, we have all your information. We're going to track your progress. You can go on vacation to Hawaii and go to the center there, and they're going to pull up your information, and you can bring it back with you.
I think that's great. I really do. I can't believe you can just go once a week because it's so easy to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. I was in my work clothes. I just had slacks on and a top. I mean, we had to change shoes, but you could do it. I mean, you could dash in for 15 or 20 minutes. There's that time in everybody's day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. And we have people who come because, they want to build bone and muscle strength. They want to get stronger. But there's also people who haven't been to the gym in years and haven't been working out. And this is a perfect entry back into that.
I agree. I definitely agree. And I love that there's always somebody with you, right? Because you guys are like push, 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 I mean, you're there to watch it, tell them how to read, what they're watching, what they're looking at. I think that's amazing. Now, how many appointments do you have? How many people come in a day?
We have about 25 people that come in a day. We have 2 coaches at a time. So we're able to do 2 people at a time. A session's 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. So it can be pretty fast paced. It depends on, the time of day. But we put people in a time slot because, like you said, you have to be with a coach. Right. So we want to make sure a coach is there waiting for you when you come in. Definitely.
Okay, listen, we pay for the show with commercials. So let's go to the commercials now so we can come back, have more time with Laura from OsteoStrong to wrap this thing up and tell you everything you need to know about pain reduction and going on to coming to visit OsteoStrong here in Vero Beach.
For those tired of staring at laundry as it piles up, the answer is usually putting it off as long as possible. For most, there's not just another minute to squeeze into a day to get the laundry done. Sunshine Laundries can help. This is Tom Rhodes, owner of Sunshine Laundries, with a reminder that 5 of our locations offer drop-off service. We'll wash, dry, and fold. For locations and hours, we're at sunshinelaundries.com and with laundromats all along the Treasure Coast.
Hi, this is Ellen Contreras, host of Treasure Coast Connector. Listen to my show. I put a spotlight on interesting local businesses and resources, connecting them to you, the consumers in the community. Tune in to Treasure Coast Connector Saturdays and Sundays at 3 p.m. on your weekend home for Planet Vero Radio, Real Radio 1017.
Waves Auto Spa, known as Vero's fastest and finest. A car wash known for their quality equipment and attention to detail by a friendly and courteous staff. Waves offers soft cloth technology, and a top-notch detail center will help preserve the value of your car. Waves now offers windshield chip repair, and in most cases, it doesn't cost you a dime. Spend less time and get a better quality experience for you and your car at Waves Auto Spa, US 1 Vero Beach, across from Kmart Plaza. Open 7 days a week. ITEX, or International Trade Exchange, is the largest barter company in the world with over 25,000 members offering goods and services. We're a marketing company that brings you new business in the way of trade, with over 200 local members enjoying the benefits of ITEX, like lawyers, doctors, plumbers, media, printing, and more.
Hi, this is Liz Bowler. Contact me and find out why barter through ITEX has been smarter for over 30 years. 772-532-1881. Visit itex.com.
Hey, everybody, we are here back. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here with us today, Laura Koziarski from OsteoStrong. One of the things we wanted to talk about is so prevalent are falls and balance. Tell us a little bit about that. That's kind of something that you like to talk about.
Sure. So at OsteoStrong in Vero Beach, that's really one of our main concerns given our population. So what people don't realize that if you're over 60 years old and you have a fall and you break your hip, you have a 30% mortality rate within a year. That's a death rate.
I know, Cindy, isn't that scary?
And when I heard for me too. I thought it was like 80.
I know.
And then I started looking around and, we don't realize that we're losing our balance because it happens very slowly.
Yeah. Yes.
We're not doing the movements that we did as children that would stimulate the hip flexors to stay strong, that we don't have that muscle memory that we're going to put that foot out. So, we start being afraid to fall. Yeah. And the number one indicator of a fall is fear of falling.
Fear of falling. I know. I was reading in your work that you sent me, the information that you sent me, and the people, once you've had a fall, there's like highly likely they're going to have another fall.
Correct.
But their fear of falling keeps them from moving, which is the worst thing that can happen to them.
Exactly. Yeah. So do they fall because they stopped moving, or do they stop moving because they fell?
Yeah.
So who knows, chicken and the egg, but something happens, people stop moving. And then they start shuffling. They don't pick up their feet because their muscles are weak.
Yes.
Then they have this bone loss that everyone has bone loss after the age of 30. Whether you're a man or a woman, you have bone loss 1 to 3% a year. So you're losing bone, you're not moving, you're losing muscle strength, and your balance is going. And nobody thinks they're going to fall till they do.
No, I know.
And they fall over nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. I mean, we've all done it. I mean, it's and now you were saying that you're doing movements after you've done all your machine work. Now you're doing a little side stuff with them. You're doing some lateral things with them, lifting or
so
moving.
Part of our evaluation when someone comes in the first time is we do a balance test with them, and we see where they're at with balance, and then we individualize their balance work to where they're at. We start where you are. And so after, we'll do the vibration plate, we'll do the spectrum machines to help build your bone, and then afterwards we do some balance work with you. And I give you things to do at home every day.
That's a good idea. You need to do that. I mean, you did it with me yesterday, and I did okay. But the interesting part was I have one hip replacement on my right side. So when we had to stand on one foot, right, and hold it up, count to 10. Then if you do that, then you have to look up. She's going to count to 10. Then you have to close your eyes, still keeping that same foot up. Close your eyes and count to 10. And when I got to the eye closing part, I was like, ooh, that was a little different. But when I did it on my hip, my replacement, I was like shaking. I mean, I didn't feel like I could do it at all.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that just shows what my balance is. I mean, it is. Listen, you said you've got something exciting coming up. Tell us about your open house. Tell us where they can find you. Where do they reach you? How do we get in touch?
Okay, great. Yeah, we're very excited. We're going to have our first open house May 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. We are located in the shops of Vero, 703 17th Street. So we're in with Sumo House and Moon Golf.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows where that is, right?
Everybody knows where Sumo and River Twist, I guess, is the other one.
Twist.
River Twist is there. Laura, this is so exciting. Yeah. I think OsteoStrong is such a great idea. And again, with our community, this is about lifestyle. And if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, you got to keep moving, and you need to go by and see Laura Koziarski. And if you don't have any questions, on that, call me Lori Davis. I'll get you the information. Thank you so much for coming to the show, you guys. It's always great to have you here, Laura. Thank you so much for coming to see us today.
We appreciate
having you. And go on over and see her over there on 17th Street down by Sumo House. Have a great day. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.